Y'all ready to eat some ribs? I am. These are gonna be awesome. Let's make them. Now let's get started putting some seasoning on these ribs. I already trimmed them up. I've got the membrane off the back, trimmed them down the best I could. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, this is a poor cut of meat. This was the best pack I could find at the supermarket. I will be shopping elsewhere to find some better meat. But it had bone fragments all down here. I mean, the back of it, as you can see, I mean, it's horrible. So I trimmed them up, squared them off the best I could. But this is gonna be my recipe. Just what I do. So I like to start off, and my binder is mustard. Just plain old yellow mustard. I like to put that on there and just rub it in. Get those edges good. And now this is just, you can use whatever seasoning you like. I like my ribs with a little spice, a little kick, but also just a touch of sweetness. So I've got a blend here that I'm working with, that I'm trying to perfect the recipe. So that's what I'm using today. So let me get these all seasoned up. And you want to cover them good. Get those edges good. Alright, now let's flip it over. Now mustard and then season. A lot of people just use salt, pepper, garlic powder. That's fine. You use what you want to use. You season them how you like them. They're your ribs. You have to eat them. This is just my recipe. This is just what I use. And I'll tell you right now, this rub blend it's nothing more than salt, pepper, garlic powder. It's got some paprika, a little chili powder in it, and a little bit of brown sugar. And that's about it. Now, back over one more time. Make sure we're looking good there. A little touch up here. And now we're just going to let these sit. We're going to go get the smoker going outside and let these sit for at least 30 minutes before we put them on. Alright, now it's been about 30 minutes. The smoker's going. As you can see, that rub is starting to penetrate in that meat. That's why it's starting to bring that moisture out. It's sweating the meat. So that's when your flavor, the salt that's in your mixture, is just starting to penetrate that meat and starting to add all that flavor that you want. So let's go get this out on the smoker and get it cooking. Ready to go. Right here on top. And I'm gonna cook these at about 275. We'll be back to check on them in about 45 minutes. It's been 45 minutes now, so let's check on our ribs. They're looking great. So about this time, I've got a mixture of apple juice and apple cider vinegar that I will just come in here and spritz right on top. I want them to stay moist. And I have found that helps when I'm trying to do it. So now, I am going to watch And I'm going to check about every 20 or 30 minutes, and when those bones start to draw back a little bit, I'm going to pull them off and I'm going to wrap them. Alright, so time to check them. It's been about 30 minutes. They're coming along good. I just sprayed them a moment ago, but I want y'all to see. They're coming along pretty good. Color's getting there. They're just not drawn back where I want them to be yet, so we still got a little while to go. So I'll come back here again in about another 30 minutes. Check them out. Alright, well, it's been another 30 minutes. Let's give them a check and see where they're at. Alright, they're starting to draw back a little bit. So you can probably see right there. They're starting to pull back just a hair. I'm going to give them probably another 15-20 minutes. And then I'm going to pull them and wrap them. Alright, so I gave them about another 15 minutes and pulled them. Sorry I couldn't have y'all out there for that. It started raining on me. And my camera is nowhere near waterproof. So now I'm going to wrap them. I do the 3-2-1 method. I know a lot of people have heard that, but if you don't know, it's 3 hours of smoke, then 2 hours wrap, and then back on for 1 hour. I don't follow that to a T. I adjust. So like right now, I only had 2.5 hours before I pulled these ribs. And they're where I want them to be. The bones are drawing back, as you can see. So that's as far as I want to take them right now. I'm going to let them go the rest of the way in here in the foil for a couple hours. I'm going to turn them this way to ensure I can completely get them. They're pretty wide. All right. So now here's what I like to do. Get my butter. At this point, I like to take a little bit of squeezed butter. What's this? Just put a little bit of that on there. A little bit of honey. A little bit of light brown sugar. I'm going to pour it into my hand and then kind of crumble it on. And all I'm trying to do here is my rub's got a little bit of heat in it, and I try to just tone it down just a hair, or else my kids just won't eat it. But they love my ribs. They love when I do this. Wash that brown sugar off my hand real quick. And then now we're going to hit it with a little bit of tiger sauce. And then last, I'm going to hit it one more time with a little bit of my rub. Now I'm going to flip that over. And do the same thing on this side. Bring this together. Right over the top. I'm going easy because I know those bones are protruding down. I do not want to puncture. Roll it down nice and tight. I'm going to take these other sides. Just roll them in. Now we'll go back out on the smoker. And this time, since I only went 2.5 hours, I'm only probably going to go about 1.5 hours. Alright, so now I want to get a glaze going for my ribs. So I got a little small pot here. I'm going to turn the heat on low. I'm going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. This is Sweet Baby Ray's. You can use whatever you like. This is just my little recipe for what I use. And to that, I'm going to add just a little bit of butter. A little bit of tiger sauce. I want to get just a hair touch of honey in there. That ought to do. A little bit of my seasoning. And then a little bit of brown sugar. I want it to be sticky. Again, a little sweet. I want my kids to eat it. And then now we're just going to take that and just stir it up. And then when we go to put the ribs back out on the smoker for that last little bit, probably about 30-45 minutes, I'm going to glaze them one time before when I put them back on. And we're just going to let this come together. Now, as you can see the bone right there, I'm just going to take it out, no big deal. Everything else looks pretty good. I like the color. So now we're going to glaze them. Then we're going to put them back out. On the smoker for just a little while longer. So if you're keeping count of the whole 3, 2, 1, we did 2.5 hours to start. Did an hour and a half. So now we're at, was that 4 hours instead of 6. So we're going to end up doing them about 4 hours, a little under 5. Again, you got to look at the ribs and go by what you see. You can't just do a 3, 2, 1. You'll overcook them if your temps are too high. You know, it all depends on the airflow and how high your temps are and how they're pulling back and the cut of meat and how thick they are. There's a lot of variables when you're doing this. So you've got to just pay attention to what you're doing. All right, let's go get these on. All right, folks, well, there is the final product. We are done with our ribs. As you can see, we glazed them we put them back on for 45 minutes, glazed them every 15 minutes. I went in and brushed them. And so now they're done. I'm going to let them sit here and I'm going to let them rest for about 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to cut them up and give them a try. I'm going to bring y'all in and let y'all get a little closer look. They turned out just the way I liked them. All right, let's get them sliced up. I will usually take them and flip them. Oh, I can see the bone. Just come right down here. Alright folks, well I hope you enjoyed the rib video today, how to smoke them. As you can see, 3-2-1 method, you have to adjust based on how they look. I don't use a thermometer at all. I know how they're going to do based on all of the process, the drawback of the bone, and plus I've done it so many times. So you learn these things. But now we're going to give them a try. I'm going to grab one right here out of the middle. That piece right there looks good. See what they're like. Man, that's good. Sorry, put a pretty big bite in my mouth. That's good. That rub's coming through. And I got a little bit of the sweetness. There's barely any heat there at all. But it's just enough to make you feel it right back here. Just to let you know there's just a tickle there, and it's delicious. Well folks, I want to say thank you for watching hit that subscribe button right down over here. Hit the like button. You leave us a comment below and let us know what you think about the ribs. Let us know how they look. Give us your opinion on them. We'd love to hear from you. You will get a reply back from me. But as always, from my family to yours, thank you for watching.